Hello students, welcome to my class. So today we'll be discussing about geography, the first chapter, the environment and its totality. So already we have discussed about the components of the environment. So first component was nature or natural, and second was human made or human. In natural we got biotic and abiotic, and in human we got society and man-made structures. So today we are going to discuss about natural environment. So please come to page number 110. On your screen it can be visible also. See natural. So already you have discussed about natural environment. What is that natural environment? Natural environment includes all living things, including you and other animals, trees, that is biotic, and non-living things abiotic that exist naturally on the earth's surface. Whatever we have got around it, that is known as natural environment. Natural environment also includes the interaction and interdependence of the living species among themselves and with their non-living surroundings. So we have to understand this interaction and interdependence. We are totally dependent on nature. There is interconnection between nature and human being and other living being. For example, let's see. Suppose you need to make a house. So for making house, you need many things, many materials, sands, woods, and other things. So this wood, sands, from where it comes? It comes from the nature. That means we are dependent each other. For example, we take oxygen that comes from the tree. We are dependent. Suppose tiger needs a food. From where it will take? Either tiger will kill animals and it can take food. Depends. And those animals like deer, they need food. They have to get it from the trees and the other leaves and grasses. Okay, in this way we are interacted and interdependent. The differences between the biotic and abiotic components already we have discussed in the class. Then also let's see what is biotic components and what is abiotic components. Number one point, anything related to the living beings is biotic. For example, animals, trees, organisms, whatever, means anything that has a life, that is biotic. Abiotic, what is that? Anything related to non-living things are abiotic, means anything, including your book, copy, pen, pencil, desks, benches. These are abiotic components. Biotic components, second point, they perform functions of birth, growth, and death. Simple example, yourself. Now, you got birth, you have grown up and reached class 7, and one day when your time will come, you have to die. That is why it is known as we are immortal. Human beings are immortal. Abiotic components, they supply energy to the living things. For example, water, air, sunshine, they bring us and give us energy. Whenever we take meat and other thing, we get energy. Next, third point is they adapt themselves as per the abiotic environment. So we adapt ourselves with the environment. If environment changes, we change according to it. They make the environment of living things, and non-living things, what they do, they make environment for living things. Example, plants and animals, here fire, water, and soil. So today on 28th of this month, that is April, we had a very big earthquake. Very big means very big. So that happens only because of changes of environment. So let's see the physical components of natural environment. It has been divided into 3 broad categories. First one is lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. Lithosphere totally depends upon rocks, and that is upper crust, upper portion. Already I have discussed this in classroom. So let's see biosphere, that very important thing. The interaction between 3 domains, that is 3 interaction between lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. And this interaction between 3 domains or 3 components, it is known as biosphere. Lithos means we can say directly land or rocks. Hydros means water. Okay, already I have discussed. I should not discuss it one because we have to finish this chapter very soon and prepare for the unit test. So atmosphere, you know, air. Biosphere means 3: land, water, and air. Okay, so let's see the human environment. The relation between natural environment, including its physical components, that is lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere, and the people in a given area give rise to the human environment. People where they are living and including lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and atmosphere, it is known as human environment. Humans interact with natural environment and modify it to suit their needs. Humans go to natural environment and modify it according to it. For example, your house, before it was maybe the area was totally filled with forest, jungle. Later on, what they have done, they have cut the trees, clear up the jungle, and they have built a house. An example it is given here again, Manu. For example, they use a part of land surface for growing crops. Similarly, human beings learn to domesticate some animals like cow, buffalo, and goats for their own benefits such as food and transport. Still, some areas, many people, they are cultivating their crops using cows, buffaloes for transport, for plowing, for cultivation. For food we use goat, mutton. Humans make use of all the 3 domains of the earth: land, air, and water. Without them, human being will not exist. Humans build structures with different natural materials. Thus, humans interact with natural environment and make use of them. This interaction is based on ecological balance. So, for example, if you don't use air, if you don't use water, if we don't use land, then it will be jungle. To make ecological balance, we have to use them, interact them. If in any way imbalance occurs, nature restructures everything to settle it again. Now it is, we can say whatever it is going on in the world, that means nature is settling it. Earthquake, virus, and other natural disasters. So these are the sign of nature restructures. Next point is biodiversity. Biodiversity, what is the biodiversity? I have already said something about it. So biodiversity is one of the most important aspects of our environment. Without biodiversity, not even the living things or non-living things will exist on this earth. It is the variety of life forms at all levels of the planet Earth, which includes terrestrial, marine, aerial, and under the surface of life forms. It controls and influences the ecological balance as well as the evolution process, depending on interrelation and interdependence of the life components within its territorial limit. So ecological balance, it is very important. That is why tiger used to eat deer. So if the number of deer increases on this earth, so it will be difficult for the earth to feed the deer, because the jungles and the trees and other forests are limited for. So that is why tiger is to eat, and tiger die. If too many tiger also, it is very harmful for the environment. It will kill all the animals. So it will become imbalance, ecologically imbalance. So that is why it is said, so it is both important. Living things, both are important. Living things and non-living things are important. Dinosaurs once lived on the earth but have disappeared in the natural course of over millions of years ago. We remember about dinosaurs. Once they exist, but now they do not. And it is due to natural course. So maybe human being also one day they will extinguish, will remain as a history. Human being also will remain as history. In the present age, many precious life forms are disappearing from the earth's surface. Tiger, elephant, and rhinos are some of the animals that are one of the verge of extinction today. That is why sometimes we find campaigning about tiger, save nature. So we have to save tiger also. If there will be no tiger, then increase of other animal will be there, and it will become imbalanced diversity. So for us, all are important, living things and non-living. Tiger also important, elephant also important, rhinos, although they are dangerous for us. So we have to save them to save the nature. So few capsules are there, you see. Pit stop, individual activities. Prepare a graphic organizer to show how the three physical realms of the earth interact to form the fourth realm. Name all the four realms. That is your homework, homework. You do it at home. So progress milestone, you see, our environment does not sustain all life forms. It is incorrect. It sustains all the life forms. Okay. Human environment consists of biotic and abiotic environments. Correct? Or component. Hydrosphere is the domain of water. Okay. Correct. Evolution, survival, and extinguish are parts of biodiversity. It is correct. So let's come to next page number 112. Conservation. How we'll conserve or how we'll protect our environment. So it is very important topic for class 7, as we are growing as a citizen of India and citizen of the world, universe. We have to protect our environment for the future generation. So you have to keep it in mind. Already I have said, if you cut one tree, you have to plant how many saplings or how many plants? At least 10. So it is not advised to cut a tree. And already I have said about the Environmental Act. It has been changed, not like before. Even if you cut a tree, you have to take the permission of a forest officer. So it is not right to cut a tree. So we are against cutting of a tree. So conservation. Let's see the topic. One of the most critical needs at present is to protect our environment and ecosystem the basic unit of the life system. Some of the steps towards the protection and preservation of life forms are as follows. First one is waste disposal. Already I have told about waste disposal, where you have to dispose it. Waste both from household and industries is also harmful and needs proper management. So we need to check about this waste disposal, where to throw, how to manage it. It is advised to recycle it if you can, or take the help of some factories or industries, those who recycle the waste. So I will discuss it in very nutshell. So when the school will reopen, we'll do some activity about the waste disposal, management of waste disposal. Second point is maintenance of balance in the system. So whatever we do, whatever action we do day-to-day life, we have to maintain it. For example, when you open a tap, you should not open it for simply. When you have a use, open it, and when you don't have, you have no need, that time you close the tap. We must correct our actions to maintain the delicate balance between nature and man. For example, check pollution by using eco-friendly materials. So one thing today, in today's world, we can see pollution is increasing day by day. Not only we do say about air pollution, and due to air pollution we can see what is happening in Delhi. They are affected by COVID and unable to fight because of air pollution. And we can also see in villages nowadays, village area, wherever you see the DJ, sound pollution. So it is very harmful for the human being. Sound pollution, it brings depression, stress, different types of sicknesses. So we have to avoid this type of uses of sound, so much of sound. It brings sound pollution. So in your near future, you don't commit such type of mistake in your life, to protect our environment. Afforestation and check on poaching. So cutting of forest, afforestation. So proper emphasis should be given to tree and animals, as both are vital sources of life. Afforestation and deforestation should be put into practice. Poaching of animals should be checked and prohibited to maintain the proper ecological balance of the earth. So as a citizen of the country, we should also take initiative to protect the forest. You can remember many things, many incidents that happened to protect the tree. One was Chipko movement. So you have to remember the Chipko movement. And poaching of animals. This poaching of animals is very bad for the environment. Hunting. That is, most of the citizens have waken up about the environment. So they are taking steps. They are avoiding other people to cut the trees and kill the animals. Number D, saving resources and energy. So it is very important. We should not waste whatever natural resources we are getting from the nature. Excessive dependence on fossil fuel, for example petroleum and mineral resources of the earth, has not only caused harm beyond the critical limit, but it also holding threat of their exhaustion in the next 2 to 3 decades. We must think of our future generation and should maintain a balance between the human and natural components of the environment. So it is our duty to maintain and to correct the nature. So in this June, already I have said about planting of plants, at least 10 plants each student should plant in your home during Environmental Day. Earth Day and Environmental Day. 10 plus 10, it will be 20 plants in your surroundings. Okay, these habits you continue till you become old. So you can see automatically you will be realizing that you are helping the nature to balance it. Now you'll feel happy, very happy till you die. So in this way I advise all the students to plant at least 10 to 20 saplings. You can get it from the nursery or from the market. It will help you. Either you plant fruit trees or other valuable trees. So it will help you in your future. So now I know. Let's see what you know, what we came to know about the environment. Everything in our surrounding, including our ecosystem, make up our environment. Number 2, natural and human environment are the two main components of environment. Biotic and abiotic are two components of natural environment. Number 4, the physical components of our environment are lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Together they make biosphere. Biosphere is the interacting zone of the other three spheres, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Ecosystem is the interacting system of biotic and abiotic components of the environment. Ecosystem means interaction between both biotic and abiotic components. Conservation is of great significance and many steps have been taken in this regard. So our government also working in conservation of the forest. That is why they have made a forest department. So these are the few important notes to be known. So let's see now next multiple choice question, and fill in the blanks. That is your homework, and tomorrow you have to do it at home and show me in WhatsApp group. Okay, if you have any confusion, any doubts, please consult by sending message in WhatsApp group. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you for the class, and take good care of yourself.